Yes, score. A stray singular tater tot? How long has it been there? I want a Haagen-Dazs milkshake. That sounds amazing. Oh no, Flynn Ross is an amazing cook. Flynn Ross is an amazing cook. I'm the bad cook. So we're doing the Galaxy game, Autumn Moon. So I shifted everything to this, but I honestly think I'm gonna keep it. I might start doing seasonal overlays. Because it's kind of fun. Oh shit, you ride with the Shonen Pro tags? I just realized your S key is working again. Unless you're on mobile. We can have the phases of the moon shift too. Like, I'm gonna keep this one now. I need to fix the starting and ending one. Oh, you're copy pasting. Is everybody ready for day 2? You're struggling out here? I wanted to say really quickly, like, I'm so grateful to everybody that joins these every time, knowing that it's a mixed elo and that it's genuinely, it could go any direction. Like, truly, honestly, like, it's a little chaotic. It's a little chaotic in the best way, but I'm really, really glad because I feel like it's a really good, like, team bonding exercise with the community as a whole. I mean, but he is shoutcasting. He's shoutcasting game 2 tonight. All right. Real quick, I can pull up the Autumn Moon Winter so far. You guys are gonna get flashbanged because my Google Docs is, you can only have it in light mode on the computer, to my knowledge. So, get flashbanged, I guess. I apologize. Like, here, I can zoom it in. So right now, this is what we've done so far, and I have the highlighted ones are ones I've already given away. Actually, this might... There, that'll make it a little bit easier. So I've done the green ones. I told you it was gonna be! Right now, I've given away these 2 so far because I was in comms with them earlier. Dispenser is owed an 1820 or under skin for playing on Zack. Nightwing / God of Chaos is owed 1820 or under for playing on the Gragas. And then I need 2 sets of Deathless and Victory from Lunrako to Saber and Cinctra right now. But I'll wait and send that full list. Hey, Crow. I'll wait and send that full list to Lunrako just in case we get any more tonight. If somebody wants a shout out, Crow, unfortunately my shout outs are dead, but at least can give you an easy link to go follow him if you'd like to. And then Score somehow managed to win the fucking raffle too. Cause Score has the luck on his side and I don't know how he's doing it. Oh, okay, sure, so it's still visual on this screen, but you can't hear it. That's fine. You can't hear it. Wait, let me see if I can go fix that real quick. There I can.
I was looking at my chat.
EJ, please clip that moment. Please clip that moment, EJ. That's
They're
perfect.
supposed to be dead.
That's the one we needed. That was it right there.
Okay, now they're dead. Now I fixed them on all of my screens. She was reading a oh my god. That's amazing, actually. So, lads, since we're here, we've gone over the W's in just you know, just a few short minutes. I mean, it's like 20, 25 minutes. The Shonen Pro Tags and Cosmic Eclipse they're going to war. And I'd just like to real quick go over that yesterday, I'm going to be honest, no one had the way they played yesterday on their bingo card. And I truly think that that embodies their team name in every sense of the word, because I'm gonna be real, I don't know where they brought that gameplay from, because none of us had seen that gameplay. None of us had seen that gameplay from any of them and any of their team practices and anything else. And now I'm like, all right, we're about to make this a series. Like, this isn't what I expected to shoutcast here, and I'm beyond grateful for that, because Shark knows I was giving him shit. I was giving Shark shit before the tournament, and I love him. You guys all know he's one of my best friends. And I was like, listen, there's no team that you fight that you're not staring down the barrel. So I'm gonna need you to step it up. Whatever you're doing, step it up. And you know what? He did. The whole team did. I think of all of the players though, Novi's Lulu made so many saves. It was so much fun for me to watch as a support player, because Lulu's one that I used to play. I used to play a lot more champions. Sorry, it's Sovel. Oh, hi, mem. Sorry, Sovel played a mean Lulu. And I am looking forward to what happens again tonight, because I need it to be understood that there are every high elo player on these teams has one champion that I go, I wouldn't give that to them. I wouldn't do that. And yesterday, both Heart and Satoru got those champions. And, you know, I think they ultimately made the other teams rethink giving them those champions in the future. Or maybe they need to think harder about what they're going to do instead if they really think that they can beat somebody on their best champion. Because, you know what? There are some players where I go, yeah, give it to them. Let me see what they've got. There are some players where I go, there's no fucking way in hell you're getting that. If I was looking across the rift at Satoru, there's no fucking way in hell I'm letting his Aphelios through. If I am looking across the rift at Heart Pulse, there's no fucking way on the champion that carried this man to Challenger that I am letting him have it. No. But if you think you're good enough to take them on at their best, man, be my guest, because it's fun to cast. It's super fun to cast. It's like, oh, no, Heart Pulse is definitely dead here. No, he's not. Huh? Satoru, there's no way he gets that kill. Oh, man, there he goes. I didn't know Lulu got a buff. Itty bitty buff? That's because you have 3-point-something million points on Eve, is it not? Do you not have an asinine amount of points on that champion? The baby buff? Oh, I didn't know that. That's good to know, Prim. I don't pay attention to patch notes. I really should start. Also, I need you guys to understand that one of my favorite things in the games is some of the like the little simple stuff like designing, because I design all of the team stuff for each of the teams. I really should have given teams the option this time if they wanted it. The first games I did. And Team No Band came to me with their own art, and I slapped that onto their setup. And I really should have given the option, because I know there's a couple of artists in the games this time that maybe would have given me better than what I can set up, but I have so much fun doing these for the teams. So next time I will make sure that it's known that in the, I love making these. I love making these so much. and it lets me stick everything to the same format, so it just, that's because I lost it again, or it's lost in DMs somewhere. You gonna find it for me? Cause I'm a loser that can't keep things together. Listen, I thought you had a date. Get the fuck out of here. You have to find it too? Oh, well, that's fine. That's fine. There's no rush. She's just waiting to slide one more jab in. So, anybody have predictions right now on how this game goes? Because I think this game is about to be fire. I think this game is about to be fire. Dankara! Oh my god, he's ginormous. You want a 60-minute game score? What the fuck? Harpulse is his mentor. I did know that. We have Dankara with the Galaxy games here. Make them suffer. If we have another game that goes to an hour and then I immediately have to turn around and push them into another game, they're gonna need a breather. Like, that hour-long loss is the most brutal fucking thing in an elimination tourney, like, known to man. Like, when you know that you're gonna have to play another one if you lose, that's fuck awful. Just, no break? They're gonna get a break. I'm gonna let them breathe. I love this Aura. He's so cute. I'm gonna hang him up here. He'll make another appearance later. I feel like, again, I'm not a professional level tournament host. I have a little bit of scuff of my own, and we do the best we can. We do the best we can. Masterman is in here voting for his own team. I laugh because for me, if I were playing in a tournament like this, I don't think I'd be able to talk about my own team with that level of cockiness, just because I have confidence in my team, I have confidence in what they're capable of, and I'm gonna let my gameplay speak for itself, because I don't want to embarrass myself if I don't play to the caliber I think I'm capable of, and I don't want to make anybody else feel bad if I do go in and whip them, unless they open their mouth and mouthed off to me first. Synctron Masterman 1v1 in the Dragon Pit at level 6. Damn, dude. I mean, it could happen. Hi, Sal. It could happen. Sejuani doesn't want an early fight, though. Sejuani doesn't want that early fight. She wants to take time to farm and get items. Like, Sej is good mid to late. That's why you pick her. And I'm not saying that she can't set something up sooner, but I think Heart's been yelling at him a lot. Yelling is also meant jokingly. Please trust on that. But I've been on comms with them. Hart has a very sharp sense of humor, which I think is super fucking funny. Because he will, if somebody does something wrong, man, he will let you have it. And it's like, oh, what the fuck were you thinking there? And I'm just like... But some people learn well that way. And to each their own. I don't learn well that way. Like, if you talk to me like that, you're like, what the fuck were you doing? I'll be like, this is what the fuck I was doing. Something to say? Fuck you. How is the music? I mean, nobody said anything. Haru is darling. Haru, no, I genuinely, that's when I was talking to Haru and Prim about a couple of things. Thank you, Rara. Prim, obviously, team captain, which worked out super well, but like, Prim was willing to defer certain things back and forth between herself and Haru, and I really liked the dynamic of not fighting for control and instead going, you may know this thing better, I definitely know this thing better, and working almost as like a co-captainship. That's what it felt like to me, just looking from the outside. And I thought it was a really, really good power dynamic for the team. I truly, if I have to pick one person in this tournament that to date, just through their gameplay, and I'm sad that I won't get to see continue because of the difference, is Dispenser. Like, that Zack game was unfucking real. Unfucking real. That game was fire. Like, so well played. Got a question from one of my casters. They're not Saber's kittens, bro. They're not Saber's kittens because the team didn't agree to it. And I'm gonna jump into my solar shoutcasters so that when Confuzzy wants to, he can join me. We can start the countdown. Start getting ready. They've got claws. Imagine if you did, how pissed off I would be.
Hello?
Well, hello there.
Oh my god, I am so fucking excited.
Are you? I don't think anybody had this matchup as first game on their bingo card.
Yeah, I had Shadow and Protax getting out eliminated.
No, I know, and I think the 3 people I talked to all did, and I think they took that personally. I think
yeah.
I think they looked at that and they went, listen, we didn't name ourselves this for nothing. Fuck all y'all.
Yeah, like I've scripted with every team like a lot, and I've talked to every team a lot, and I don't know, they like ascended. they final form that first game. And I hope they can,
I'm gonna hope that they didn't final form the first game because they need to hang on to some of that energy.
Yeah, I hope they could continue showing what they did that game.
Ascension? Shit. Sobel, Ascension? That's what it means, Novel to Sovel. That's the ascension.
Yeah, I guess we can talk a bit about what we're expecting from this game based on the games we've watched.
Do you want to start?
Yeah, I will. I have some thoughts about both games actually. I think the Shonen Pro Tags vision control and like macro and like timing to neutral objectives was a bit off, but I will say they team fought super well. Like,
I feel like their map control overall was really good, even if you're right. There were some timing issues. There was a little bit of off. There was a little bit of maybe I'm not quite sure where they're going or what they're doing here, and they're rotating late, but their team fight was bar none.
Yeah, and like there's some things they have to fix, like vision control before neutral objectives, but if they can keep up the team fighting, I think it'll be a very competitive game. And on the flip side, I guess not really on the flip side, but Cosmic Eclipse, oh my god, that game was just a roller coaster back and forth.
Yes, it was.
I think the gold lead swapped like 4 different times.
Yep. I think Cosmic Eclipse needs to work on, and obviously, again, it's a mixed ELO tournament, so you've got balancing across the board that's going to mean certain people are much stronger players than others, but I feel like Cosmic Eclipse is relying on Heart Pulse to carry them. And I get it. Man's good at the fucking game. Like, he really is. But if he falls behind, if he doesn't get to play how he's been playing with him, if Saber holds him in his lane, I don't know how the rest of this game goes, because looking at the bot lane, Satoru and Novel versus Pokemon and Lunrako, like, Satoru has the edge in that lane, hands down. Mid lane, Milk is a better player than Shork, but in a few scant days with, I don't know, a 2-hour training window with Haru, I don't know who Shark is anymore, apparently. I hate to say it. I hate to say it on main, but he solo killed Sean yesterday. And it was definitely a series of events that led to it. It wasn't just a straight out skilled. It wasn't. But he took first blood off of Sean.
I mean, I actually jumped out of my chair when that happened. That first charm dodge, I think he like turned on the scripts of Evaded Vanguard or something. That was so insane. Like
and I know if I know Sean at all, I know Sean is chomping at the bit for another 1v1 to prove that that's not what it's supposed to look like.
Oh yeah, like if this team gets a rematch, whether that be in the lower bracket or in the finals with Dark Supernova, like that'll just gonna be a spicy,
Sean's gonna be out for blood. Like he will. Yeah. In top lane, Saber is off roll. Like, he is off roll. He's still a very talented, very skilled player, but he is off roll. And into Heart, I think we all have seen what Heart does with a small lead. He makes it a big lead.
I mean, I think in every scrim, I don't think I've ever seen Saber be out for the count. I mean, I've seen, like, he solo killed Heartpulse in one of their scrims.
He did.
He's definitely holding his own out there, and especially like because of how Shonen Pro Tags plays, I think he like has the like least jungle presence out of any team this tournament. Like, he's so weak side up there, but he's like reliably holding his own there.
And that's one of the things I was talking about yesterday is a lot of teams feel like they only have 2 options with Heart, and it's either A, try and shut him down, and they send their jungler up with their top laner and he 2v1s, which is terrifying to me, or you tell your top laner that they will be weak side, you will not come visit them, don't fucking die, and you just leave them up there with him. Like, you just leave them up there with him and you take the lead somewhere else because you're not getting one up there.
I think that's kind of what we saw with Punk and Chunkin's Cosmic Eclipse game.
I agree.
Set him on Scion, but
it just didn't quite work out.
Exactly, because he was able to proxy, he was able to get such good tempo, and because he was able to proxy and get the minion wave earlier, Scion has to respond and sit at the tower, collect the minion wave later, and that gives him so much time to roam around the map.
Well, and I think it's the thing. The thing is learning to play reactive it's a difficult concept, because when you're still mid to lower elo, you go, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is what I have to do in order to win the game. This is what I've been taught I'm supposed to do. This is what people do. You're fine, Lunrako. This is what people do. And you're like, okay, like, that's super cool. But he's behind me. Like, he's behind me. Like, why is he there? And
Yeah.
it's like, well, what do we do about it? And the answer is your jungler needs to help you adjust and do something differently as well. Because if you can't 1v1 him and he feels safe to be behind you proxying the wave, you have to make him not safe.
Yeah, honestly, the answer to that, yeah, right, you're right. It's either the jungle helps you and like forces them out of there, or if you're keeping track of the enemy jungler, you can also proxy, because that
True.
means you're both killing the minion wave at the same time, and that means you're on even tempo too.
Yeah, no, that's also true.
Play around the map or like recall. So, but it's like hard in the moment to think of that, especially when you don't typically see that in like solo queue games.
Because what do you expect? You expect what? A singed? Singed does that. Singed is an asshole like that. But like, I don't expect a Riven to go wander around behind and proxy my wave. I don't expect that. What are you doing back there?
Exactly.
So I think I'm really excited to see this. I'm really excited for picks and bans. I don't anticipate seeing Hearts Riven or Saturo's Aphelios again, but you know, we'll find out. We'll find out. I was aware before the tournament that Lunrako was going to be running just a tiny bit late. So we'll get into picks and bans shortly, pretty much on time, but we may need to wait just a moment for them to get actually logged into League, because they finished up with work as soon as they could. So we're doing our best on time. We'll try and stay as good on time as we can. We all know how that goes. I'm also gonna try and use draft law tonight, just because I was told by a couple of players that the timer was difficult to see for them. So we'll try and use the other site tonight and see if that's a little better.
Yeah, we'll see. I kind of want to talk about draft, but I also don't want to talk about draft because I don't want to give them
you don't want to
ideas.
give them ideas until they're already in it. No, I get that. I actually appreciate you thinking about that. I really want to get to draft. Like I keep looking at the time, like I'm chomping at the bit. I'm like, we got 3 minutes till draft. We got 3 minutes. Just in terms of what we've seen already, gameplay wise, I think it's been really interesting to see Cosmic Eclipse adjust as they learned each other's playstyles and adapt on the fly. And I think that was really, really indicative last night watching Lunrako play Thresh. Lunrako's not known for his Thresh. Lunrako is... There was no Earth in which somebody was going to ban Thresh against Lunrako. They banned Lunrako Soraka.
Yeah, and the Seraphine.
And the Seraphine. And they went, well, you're not going to do anything now, are you? And Lunrako went, I just picked this bad boy up. What do you think's going to happen?
He just... First time Thresh puts on the janitor skin, cleans up the rift.
Cleans up house?
He was hooking, yeah. Like the hooks he was landing mid game on Haru.
No, they were sick.
2v2.
They were sick in the best way. Like, and it's not to discount anybody else, but it's always one of those things where I find it very interesting where any of these players, you go, okay, what are these players known for? And you go, I'm never letting them have that champion. And then they turn around, pull something out of left field. Lunrako only plays on that account. Like, Lunrako did not hide 1,000 Thresh games from us. Like, that's... Lunrako is just built different in that way, where he has the ability, he has a really strong ability to pick up gameplay styles and adapt to them. And it gets bored really easy because of that. And I think a lot of people in the community forget that he is Emerald and he is very capable, because he goes, I got bored and I played Soraka without the health bar on just to see if I might die. And everybody goes, oh, I don't care, I'll play into him any day. I'm not scared of him. And I'm like, maybe you should be.
No one else is doing it like Lunrako.
No one else is doing it with Lunrako.
He's one of one.
Lunrako played Thresh in a scrim against you, and you did worse against it than a Soraka. I think that's also because of Thresh's ability to team fight is bar none. Like, there is a reason that Thresh is so like highly picked, even like across like professional games. And yes, he has his ebbs and flows just like any champion does depending on where they're sitting, but he was such a power pick for so long because of his ability to engage, his ability to manipulate the battlefield, his ability to bring another teammate in. Masterman wants to know how you feel about the jungle matchup.
Jungle matchup is pretty interesting because you two actually share like a fair amount of champs.
That's
so
true.
I think the jungle champ pool in this draft will be fairly contested. Yeah, this is pretty hard because normally like you evaluate jungle matchups in solo queue, like it's just who's the better player. But if you have players shot calling for you, I think both of you are very good at. And I think this is something you've improved at, Masterman, is responding to your team's comms and like knowing where to be. So
absolutely
like,
agree.
props to you for that. And I think that's always been a strong suit of Synctra's, like listening to comms, knowing where to be, and like giving out clear information in the jungle. So I mean, I'm still gonna give the edge to Synctra because I think he's a better player, but like prove me wrong.
Oh no, absolutely, prove us wrong. Because per balancing, Synctra is the stronger jungler. Like, he absolutely is. Synctra, so far as on paper, Synctra is the strongest jungler in this tournament. That would have been, I mean, it would have been an even wider gap if Saber and Synctra would have swapped roles when they had the option, but Saber was content to stay in the top lane because Syntra's more comfortable in the jungle and prove himself up there instead, which I'm totally down for. But on paper, Syntra's the stronger jungler, but prove us wrong. Like, exactly. I 100%, I love to see both of the teams and what they're bringing to the table and really just lay it all out, because you guys, every team deserves to have the same shot at it, and I want every single game to be a banger. I really do. Yeah, and I guess like on the note of talking about matchups, I'm so excited to see this mid lane matchup. The mid lane matchup? Yeah, because Shork, in the scrims we saw his laning phase was like weaker because like some of his decision making, like whether I'm gonna contest like or trade when the wave's crashing into me, or like I'm gonna go for CS here when in this matchup I can't because they'll zone me level 1. Yeah. I think the most notable example I saw was in a scrim he played Malzahar versus Haru's Orianna. And it was abusive. Oh, yeah. It was brutal. I watched that scrim. Yeah, like I felt bad for that scrim. He's like, oh, we're just gonna CS, it's level 1, and then you see Haru walk behind the minions, start just autoing like, you're gonna do what? Like, what do I do? Fuck you are. It's like, oh no. And then I was like, oh my god, it's doomed from level 1, but it's definitely. Alright. Yeah, but Shork's definitely stepped it up from like from that. Like he's playing at a great level right now, and I'm excited to see if he can continue that. No, absolutely. That's what I said. You put that man in call somehow for a couple hours to Haru, and I don't know what happened. Like Haru works some magic. All right. And on the are we going to? I was gonna say I'm gonna ask the team captains to move into the coin flip if you guys are listening, and me and Confuzzy will be down there shortly. Alrighty. Thank you, Linrocco. I'm gonna move you with me. Alright. And I'm gonna shift us over to... Hello. Well, hello there, darling. Hello, Arena God Goat. Hi, Beast. Yo! True! Also my Arena God Goat. I'm sorry, your team has the power of a what, Satoru? Just like... verification on that one. Okay, you said what you said. I got you. Said it with his chest. All right, you said it with his chest. We are waiting for Masterman to join us. How you feeling, Saber? I am feeling dandy and good and ready to rumble. Ready to take on the equivalent of the raid boss in the tournament? Fuck yeah, I am. I'm ready. You're ready to lane against the goat. He's gonna lane against the goat? Yeah, I'm ready to solo kill him again and then play like a bitch the rest of the game. Hell yeah.
Hello, friends.
Well, hello, darling. How are you feeling?
Hello.
Honestly, I'm excited.
Good.
Me too.
Good.
As you should be.
And I'm gonna start this off. Saber, I've admired you in the jungle for a long time. And I hope to shine against you, actually. Well, I am honored and also inspired, and also I am ready to fight you and your team.
Yo, Saber, I think that's code for he's strong siding top. So just he's gonna 4-wave crash dive you on. The rest of Shonen Pro tags are in the secrets, fucking. The rest of your team are in the chat just yelling. Oh my
Except for
god, they're
Novi.
about that.
I want
No,
everyone to have a great time.
No, Novi's great.
So I'm gonna say this, Saber. I know you have honor in a good game. That's why I didn't smack talk to you at this time.
Yeah. I appreciate
Oh,
that.
he learned his
That's why I'm
lesson
not
about
talking to
smack
you either.
talking people.
I only
Theoretically.
people who smack talk me first. So the fact that you're not means I will.
Yeah, the fact that I smack talked and I backed it up in my last game.
Did you?
So.
Or did Heart back it up for you?
Oh my goodness.
Well,
Don't
see,
do it
there's
like
this
that.
thing called the
I'm gonna give him
team,
shit.
and we
I'm gonna give
work
him
together.
light shit because he deserves it. At any rate,
There's
captains.
this thing called the team.
Captains. Do either of you have a preference on the coin flip, or do you want to allow your opponent to call it?
I'll be honest, I do have a preference.
What's your preference?
I want blue side.
We do too.
Okay, so then we need a coin flip.
Yep.
Either of you have a preference on what the flip is, or do you want me to tell you who's calling the coin flip?
I say you tell us.
Okay,
Rich, but
perfect.
Not sure.
Heads is Protex, tails is Eclipse, and I will tell you who's calling it. Okay, oops. Eclipse, call the coin flip.
Tails.
It's heads.
Blue side it is.
All right, so Shonen Protags is going blue side. We're using draft law this time. I was told that it was a little bit problematic to see the timers on the other one by some of the people, so we're gonna try this one and see it. I hope it doesn't cause a problem.
We actually used it with Scrims with Haru,
Okay.
and it was working much better. So.
Shonen Protag Saber, this is your link for the captain.
Okay.
Cosmic Eclipse Masterman, that is your link for captain. And the third link is for the spectator link.
Okay. I'll put that in.
Masterman, no misclicks this time.
Yeah, no misclips. If you guys misclick, you're locked in. Like you will deal with it. Like that's how they run professional tournaments, and that's kind of how I'm gonna have to start doing it. No misclicks. Take it back to your team. When you're ready, you're ready. You can start the draft.
All right. Good luck, Masterman, and your team. Good luck. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck,
to you.
lads.
Thank you. All right. Bye, guys.
All right, that was fun. I enjoyed that.
I always enjoy giving Masterman a little bit of shit.
Listen, I will give anybody shit that wants to talk and doesn't put the facts as like, okay, I go bot lane. I'm a support player. If I want to shit talk, I have to respect the fact that there are 4 other people on my team that are probably carrying my ass in certain ways because I'm not the damage. I am not the carry. I am the dude putting down the wards and helping shot call for my team. So I respect always the fact that I am not going to be the guy at the end of the day that goes, oh yeah, we beat that ass, because it wasn't me. It was my team.
Fair enough, fair enough.
All right, Shonen Pro Tags are locked in and ready. I believe Cosmic Eclipse are getting there. I hope. Am I logged into League too? Oh, I am. Okay.
Oh, am I? Okay, I'm in spectate.
Are you already in there?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, let me get in there. Cosmic Eclipse, are you guys gonna do the thing? Bye, Dagana. Love you. Have fun on your date. We stalling? What are we doing?
Oh, I think they're getting everyone in order in like the league.
Oh, are they? I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Get it together. I want to see the draft. Me and Kafuzzy want to talk about the draft.
Actually, I think we all know at least one ban on each team, though.
I mean, Shonen Pro Tags would be fools not to ban Riven, and Cosmic Eclipse would be fools not to ban Aphelios.
It's
Done.
actually so funny how we've been like hyping these picks up all like
Done.
month long, and then the first game of
The
each
first game, like,
they
there's
just
no way
not
we're gonna
ban.
get to see that, and it's gonna be really sad because it'd be really fun to shoutcast. And I'm sorry, what the fuck? Okay, we are into picks and bans.
And there it is.
Shocking. I'm shocked. I'm gonna take a shot.
Okay, a Mumu ban, respecting Synctra.
Respect
I believe the first
Synctra.
cut.
There's another one for Heart Pulse.
Yeah. He's been terrorizing solo queue in the past 2 weeks on that Aatrox, so no surprise there.
There's the Aphelios, respect.
Alright.
And the
And
respect to
Soraka as a third
Lunrako.
man. Okay.
Honestly, I can appreciate it. Lunrako, I have watched Lunrako single-handedly keep a team alive when they all should have died. Over and over and over again. And there's the ban for Wukong for Saber.
Respect ban for Saber going deathless in that first game. And a first pick Lulu right away. Okay.
I have water too.
Prioritizing that strong side bot lane
I bought,
that Protag's plays for.
I bought Pedialyte because I knew how dehydrated I was, and then I left it in the fridge. Flinrest just brought it to me like, what are you doing? Alright, I love the
and
Lulu.
first pick Seraphine Yone immediately from Cosmic Eclipse. They're very confident. Oh my god, lock in so fast.
The lock-ins are super fast there. I think Yone's a really, really good pick. Also, technically a flex pick. Either Milk or Heart can play that.
It's very true.
Which means that they have to respect who they're picking back. Maokai gets locked in. Good lockdown. Good engage and counter engage from Maokai. I think that'll be really safe for the Shonen Pro tags. And also good later game team fight. Really strong team fight.
And based on how they play, they really like stacking those Dragon Souls. Maokai's neutral objective control is so strong. Like, how does a team ever walk into the Southwings? It's very hard for them, so I really like that pick from them. And Zaya coming out for the Shonen Pro tags.
Zaya is honestly surprisingly safe. As long as she's got her ult up, she's an incredibly safe ADC. And it's going to give Satura the ability to just jump out of that Yone ult, jump out of the Seraphine ult. Like, he's only got one ult, but he can use it to great exception.
Very true. I really like that pick. Especially with a Sejuani coming out. This is like a very dive-heavy comp so far from Cosmic Eclipse, and that's a
The Zaya's a
very,
phenomenal,
very good team.
like, she's phenomenal, especially if they layer anything at all. Suddenly she's going to be dodging 1, 2, possibly 3. Like,
and the Vex
abilities.
respect fan for Short coming out.
You know what?
my
You want the
goodness.
kicker, though? I'm going to tell you right now. So, I was in comms earlier with these two. Masterman and Shark were on comms in my Discord earlier in Sussy General.
Were they throwing
And
some
they
shots back
were
and
they were
forth?
throwing some shots back and forth, but Masterman revealed to Shark that they weren't going to let him have the Vex. So Shark already
Two
knew.
bans on the mid laner for Shark. Oh my god, Shark drawing.
Shark
out these two
already knew.
respect bans.
Shark's drawn. No, because Masterman is the captain, and Masterman already said he's got a target on Shark's back. This is just word on the street. This is the word on the street. So
Yeah, respect it. Shark definitely deserves it with the way he's been playing so far. So
no, I want to know what Haru said to that man.
And a Lysandra band coming out from the Shonen Pro tags. Honestly, I like it because it's just one more tool that can get on their ADC. So
Well, yes, Lyssandra's
well
Lyssandra's claw in is scary. It's like, where's she going? Is she gonna come in? Is she not? Like, Lyssandra's actually a very versatile pick. I like her a lot.
Her
Alright.
mid-game damage.
Red
like
picks.
she's actually been buffed recently.
Red
I
side's
think, so.
running down the timer, figuring out who they're about to lock in.
Let's see. Oh my god.
Guys, please don't do me like this.
Okay, Vel'Koz. Is that a Vel'Koz support or mid?
I don't know. Is that
Or-
Seraphine Vel'Koz bot lane?
Yeah, that'd be pretty spicy. I don't think I've seen Lunrako on Vel'Koz, but I mean, we all know
I
his
trust
ability to fight some champs.
Lunrako's ability to play this game. Like I said before, he gets bored easily, so he does shit in norms that people go, this guy's a moron, he doesn't know how to play the game.
And the Vigar coming out for Shork. It's a very
Vygar
safe pick.
is a super safe pick. I like that Vagar has the ability to stop a lot of the engage, like from following up. You set the event horizon down and you just step away from it. But
Yeah.
I don't know if I like that better than, is that a Garen? Is that Saber on
Garen.
Garen?
I think it is. The spin to win.
I'm really curious who's playing what here on the side of Cosmic Eclipse, because right now, like I said,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's Milk Tea's Yone or Heart Pulse's Yone.
Or it might be Milk Tea's Vel'Koz, Lunrako's Vel'Koz. They're flexing all over the place here.
We've got options here.
Yep. And oh
There-
my goodness.
Oh, there's Heart's Camille.
Yep.
So that is a Seraphine Vel'Koz bot lane. So there's going to be a
That
lot.
is
It's
so
going to be really AP heavy. It's a lot of poke. It's a lot of range. Lulu and Zaya are just gonna kind of have to sit back and look for opportunities. Spin to win? All right, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Honestly, I really like this Cosmic Eclipse team. They have a lot of synergy. They have the artillery mage with the Vel'Koz Seraphine. Great for team fights. The lockdown with the Camille, Yone, Sejuani.
Like they have a
ulti,
lot.
right?
They have a lot of areas that they can cover on the team of Cosmic Eclipse. Like I think that's a scary draft.
Yep, and if you didn't know, in the top lane, Camille is a very great counter pick into Garen. So.
Yes, and Hart is good on that champion. Like he's been playing it. We've gotten to see a lot of it, so it's not like they didn't know it was potentially coming. They prioritized not having Lunrako on the Soraka versus allowing that Camille through, and they let it go all the way to the end. Which means either A, they're not afraid of it, or B, they don't know to be afraid of it. And you know...
Yeah, we'll see if this is a mistake that's going to come back to bite them.
I hope not. I hope it's a good game. And, you know, we'll take it from there. They should be launching into... They are. Perfect. They're going to get everything set up. So while they're getting set up, let's talk a little bit just about the draft and the matchups overall. As far as the top lane, you're going to be more educated on that. And you're saying Camille is a Garen counter?
Yeah, it is. Is
it a soft counter or a hard counter?
I think it's one of Garen's, like, probably worst matchups. Like, Camille's ability to take those short trades, and, like, basically her spacing around Garen, who has, like a kind of a lack of mobility. And especially if you're, like, good at Camille, like, it's kind of impossible for Garen to play the game, but we'll see how Saber manages.
And Archeal says it's the hardest counter for Garen, and it's the worst win rate for Garen.
Yeah, like, it's, yeah, like...
So Saber's going to have to sit back. Like, he's going to have to just accept that he does not win the lane, and he's going to have to play safe.
Exactly.
As far as mid lane goes, I'm really intrigued by mid, because I think Yone Veigar, how does that match up? Like, that matchup to me is Veigar's going to need to play a little safe, but ultimately he should be able to farm as long as he sits back on his side of the lane.
Yeah, I really like this matchup if I'm playing Yone, because I've played a fair bit of Yone, but especially since Fleet was buffed recently for melees in patch 14.18, if you just go, like, D-Shield, Fleet, Second Wind, Veigar can't really do anything to you, and you can, like, control the wave states however you want.
So, basically without his jungler, then Shork is at Milk Swim.
Yeah, exactly. And, like, if Yone is, like, EQ3ing into you and Veigar cages, he can just snap back and it goes right through the cage. Like, it's a pretty hard matchup for Veigar.
Does he take the stun when he gets back to his body if he moves through the cage?
Yeah, he does, but, like...
Okay, but at that point, he's back to his body.
He's out of range, yeah.
No, I loathe Yone for that. Truly, honestly, that is one of my least favorite champions. His mobility is unreal, and then he's just gone. I'm like, man, he's damaging me, but if I ult him, it doesn't matter because he'll leave.
Yeah,
as a Zyra player, that champion infuriates me.
It's like the only champion where you're like, he's out there? He's still out there? How far can he go?
He's still out there, he's still fucking running it. He's 1,000 years away from his body, but it's fine. He doesn't care. As far as the jungle matchup, I think Maokai and Sejuani are both go-to late game. They're very beefy. I think Sejuani gets a little bit more frontline ability than Maokai, but...
I think that's true in terms of their pure tank ability, but their early game ganks are also really, really strong.
Yes.
Especially, I'm thinking mid lane, like the Yone Sejuani synergy, Yone's ability to proc Sejuani's passive for the stun.
Which is really strong.
Is very strong, yeah. So Stark will need to be extra mindful of, like, his wave state.
His wave state, his wards, like, that they keep track of where Master Man is in the jungle. I think it's gonna be probably a pretty heavy farm for both of them in the jungle, at least until they can hit 6 and really look for ganks. I don't think they're going to strongly. I think Maokai is a little bit better pre-6 for ganks than Sejuani is. That's just my personal opinion, just because of his ability to lock them down just a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. Like, if he just flash W's on you level 3, like, you have to blow a flash or you're dead. And I guess taking a look into this bot lane, this Vel'Koz Seraphine, very spicy bot lane for Cosmic Eclipse.
I'm interested in it solely because I don't think I've seen Pokemon play either of these champions, and I'm gonna guess that it's Lunrako on Seraphine. So that means the Vel'Koz is an APC.
Actually, I've seen Pokemon. I've scribbled with their team a fair bit, and
Okay.
Pokemon has been practicing the Seraphine APC, so I think that's him on the
Okay,
Seraphine.
that's
yep.
spicy. That's spicy.
I know, it's like kind of duality of men. Samira, Dravenmane, onto the Seraphine. It's like opposite ends,
Like,
you know?
what
but-
are you doing? I know that they also had him practicing Zig's APC as well.
Exactly, yeah.
It just gives him a little bit more range and a little bit more versatility to stay back and stay safe.
Yeah,
which
and like,
means-
kudos to him, honestly, for kind of learning these differing playstyles.
Kudos
going
to
from
a
Draven
lot of the
to-
players for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, truly kudos to a lot of the players that have been in this tournament for that, because a lot of, especially my lower elo players, you guys have sucked it up and listened to your higher elo compatriots, and they've gone, do not play this in this tournament, you will get eaten alive, you will play this instead. And I've heard a little bit of grumbling, and then it's a little bit of like, well, maybe you're right, and then it's a little bit of figuring it the fuck out, and it's been really, really impressive across the board for me to be able to watch them adjust and adapt. And it's one of the reasons I like giving that kind of like 4 to 6 weeks in my assigning tournament teams. And I know that's a really long period of time for like not a professional tournament. And a lot of people are like, why the fuck do you give them so much time between assigning teams and actually doing the tournament? And I'm like, I want them to grow together as a team. I want to give them that ability to understand what having a set 5-man team and practicing and learning each other's abilities and communication styles will do for you.
Yeah, that's very true, because for a lot of these players, it's their first time going to like a competitive 5v5, and it's such a different game from solo queue, so kind of putting them through that boot camp of like playing with their team is very, very helpful.
Waco, all sounds, alerts, all of that shit is off. You've been scammed, my friend.
Can't burn any flashes either.
You've been scammed, my friend. I turned all of the shit off that I could, but I don't 100% know how to play that off, to do that.
Yeah, I guess talking a bit more about this bot lane matchup, Seraphine Vel'Koz, like their early damage is actually kind of insane.
Oh, it's
I think
gross.
you remember
It's
the Xerath
fucking
Vel'Koz we
disgusting.
played into?
I was so tilted, and I know you
Yes.
were tilted, and I was like,
Yep.
in the one time in a million where I'm like, might wanna hit the button that I don't hit. I'm looking at it. Once this goes into loading, I will share my screen with you just so you can see it as I adjust it.
Alright, sounds good.
Just say if you want it, you've got it. So here we go. I'm fucking excited about this. This
really am.
this tournament has been so much fun. So we've got Lenrako and Vel'Koz, like you said. I love this Seraphine skin so fucking much. She's so pretty.
It is. I also like the Sejuani skin a lot.
Oh, I do too. Alright, let's go to my league hotkeys. Scoreboard, objective timers. Zoom out just a little bit. I can at least leave that up. It's not great, but...
Yeah.
Alright, lads. It'll let me at least see Rift and Void. I think that shifts to Baron and...
Yeah, true.
They're in all. Good luck, have fun.
Look at that.
Look at these
standard
cuties.
5-point from
We love the standard
both
5-point.
teams.
It's sexy. There's a reason it's standard.
Yeah, I really wanted one
slightly
of these
too
teams
loud.
to go for like a late invade top line, or like a late invade for blue buff or something.
I
like, just
truly
something
wanted.
spicy.
I wanted a spicy, like cheeky, invade from one of them. But I can respect the reason why you play this way is because it's safe. It's smart. It's what
Yeah.
you do. And I am going to shift my...
I respect the discipline from both teams.
No, I do too. Like, this is how you're supposed to do it. So this is how we do it. And let me... While this is starting, assign team name. That is...
Just right away we can see Saber respecting the matchup, going D shield. And
oh,
short
God
going
damn it, I just
Cure.
did the wrong side. I'm gonna let you shoutcast this while I set the
Yeah,
team names at the top.
building into the early seraphs for just like that extra layer of safety. I respect that. And I really want to see this bot lane, because the poke level 2, level 3 for Vel'Koz Seraphine is like so unplayable. Like, at least for me, I don't know.
Oh no, I agree with you. I agree with you that that's kind of unplayable. I would be upset to play into that, especially like as a Lulu, Like, I'm shielding my ADC and I'm crying.
Exactly. I think like the perfect comp into those Pokeball in, you need to like have something all in, but that's obviously not Shonen Protect style. They want to scale for late game with an Enchanter support, so just want to see how they can survive this lane.
Well, and I'm also really interested to see as they progress. One of the things, yeah, we just started the game. I know we're a little late already, which is normal. But we'll see how it goes, Moose. We'll see how it goes. I think that overall, the further these games have also gotten as well, it's definitely been very interesting to me to see them adapt more to what truly I classify as a higher elo style of fewer kills, more objectives, more vision control. And
oh, for sure.
I love watching that shit because it's the play and counterplay where it's we walk out, we set all the wards down, we back to reset, they walk out, they sweep all the wards, and that back and forth is so much fun to me as a support player because I'm like, that's what it's about. That's what it's about, baby. Like...
The slow paced game, not just like, oh my god, I'm gonna ARM and we're gonna get average like 2 kills a minute.
2 kills a minute and we still lose, and how did this happen? It's like, well.
Yeah. You can see that Masterman actually went for like kind of a mid roam / gank after 3 camps, so he's actually like a camp behind. We'll see if that plays into this like first scuttle fight at all. You can see that ball in, the poke ball in is going to be able to shove that wave in, so I think they're going to be able to secure this scuttle for the Sejuani, even if he is a bit late for it.
Yeah.
We'll see though.
I think is impressive. Zakarta, if I don't have game sound, it's just... I didn't know that. You're the first person to say something about it.
Yeah, I mean, this 4-minute 8, it's full clear from Sejuani is very not ideal. You typically want to finish your full clear at like 3:20, so being slightly punished for that. But I think it's fine. It's just early scuttle.
You forget about the concept of vision? That breaks my heart, Moosey. You're breaking my heart. All right, kicks off
Nice
the
trade
wall.
from Heart Pulse here, negating most of the guaranteed damage with that Camille Shield passive, and you can see there's already a bit of a CS lead building in the top lane.
Which is exactly what you expected out of this lineup, because Saber's just gonna have to wait and farm under turret.
And that just like comes from Heart Pulse's playstyle. Like he will contest you for every single CS, and if you like misstep, he's chunking you for like 40% of your HP, and it feels awful to play into.
No, and I think that's one of the things that I think is really interesting to watch Heart play, is because he has so much experience with this game and he is the player that he is, he doesn't panic when he's behind. If he's behind, no, he's not. He's just waiting. And I really like that mental. I definitely have seen how in scrims, watching them go to late game, sometimes that does hurt them overall as a team, because he is always looking for
Saber
kills.
hitting level 6 here, great buffer from the Camille from the Garen
Beautiful,
silence.
and Masterman is there to back it up, and Saber is going to have to move, and he doesn't have flash, so
Oh, great juke from Saber, dodging the
I was gonna say,
W.
I think if Sejuani lands this here, he's just dead, but then Saber just walked through it and nothing happens there.
I mean, all in all, that is a nice flash blown from Garen because of the Camille E buffer, so a bit of an advantage there for Hard Pulse. We'll see if he can translate that into something later.
Well, and I think now that they're both 6, Hard is definitely looking to abuse Camille's ult even a little bit more. Just the idea that if he can chunk Saber out low enough, suddenly Saber's not running away, Saber's not leaving, and Camille's going to just continue to dominate that lane. There's a 10 CS lead right now. I think...
like, this wave state is so bad for Garen. He can't really recolor. He's going to miss the whole entire next wave.
It is,
just forced
and
to sit
he
in the
knows
bush
that.
to soak XP.
Meanwhile, looks like we're contesting the grubs down here. Sanctra took one.
Lulu up.
Sanctra took one, and they're just going to rotate down because Milk and Masterman are going back up to the top lane, where Garen is...
Three-man the Garen.
Garen was locked in the box with Camille.
He's on the wrong side of the map, and I think that's just going to be a dead Saber for first blood.
It is. His team realized that he was dead, and they're already backing. They just accepted the death. And that is...
doing the correct play, shoving out mid lane. So, like, it's not that
Well, they
awful,
gave
from
first blood
Miswave.
over to Milk Dude. So that's going to be a tidy little sum of gold in his pocket as he rotates back down to go against Shark again in mid.
Honestly, great play all around from Cosmic Eclipse. Heart Pulse just blowing the flash out with good mechanics, and they capitalized properly off of that.
Well, and I definitely, I'm surprised. I'm not overly surprised in the bot lane to see that despite all of the poke and everything else, that Satoru is having no problem staying even and even a little up in CS, just because of his capability to play this game even from behind. And that's honestly what I expect out of Satoru. So really, really good on them to go into a lane where you're like, I'm just gonna get poked out and go, what if I didn't?
Yeah, what if I just like hit all my CS anyway and stay healthy?
Milk
Just a
is
skill issue.
Milk is kind of hanging out in the topside river, and I think he keeps waiting to see if there's something he can do, go up and help Heart again, because the further they can get Heart ahead, the faster Heart will start doing what he does and just walking around on the rest of the map.
And you can see this interact. Oh, he goes for the ulti through the cage, blows the flash from Shark.
Blows the flash from Shark. Shark does still survive there. Still really, really scary, and he's absolutely going to have to back and just leave this wave where it is.
Yep. And okay, Shonen Protag securing the first dragon because they knew that Masterman was topside. They looked from that little 3-man attempt again on Saber, so
which is
playing to their win
100%
con.
exactly what you're supposed to do. If you know where your enemy jungler is, take every advantage as the other jungler to make sure that you can take everything you can for your team.
And Saber's gonna need to change something up from this trading pattern. Like Camille just keeps eating this Q damage with the shield and then eating out of the E. He's gonna need to change something up if he's gonna wanna.
If he's gonna continue to toe-to-toe her.
Yeah, if he wants to kind of change his fate in the top lane right now with the way things are going.
I think it's pretty good warding in the bot side, just on the double brush from from Cosmic Eclipse, beg pardon, from Cosmic Eclipse, just keeping wards in these brushes just to make sure that Sato and Novell aren't ducking in and out of them and avoiding some damage in an attempt to manipulate the minion wave or get the drop on these two AP champions. Because Seraphine and Vel'Koz are very immobile. Like, Seraphine's got a little bit of a speed boost, but overall, like, I think if post 6, if Satoru can get the full ult combo and the drag in on them and they can't counter it, I think he just explodes one of them.
Yep, and you can see they're going for a dive here in the top lane, but Shonen Protex has 2 members responding to this.
Saintra's ulted.
If they can kill Saber.
That comes
Nice
down.
ult from
Saber's
Saber.
down. But Saintra
He
kills
dealt as
Milk
much
in
damage as he could.
Saintra kills Milk in response, and I'm not really sure that, considering he didn't get an assist there, I think it was a bad move for Shark to come out. I understand, follow your laner, but if you already know where the laner is and your jungler's rotating up, I think he could have gotten a little bit more caught up in the mid lane instead of that rotation that netted him nothing overall.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think, yeah, they kind of forced that dive a bit. Like, Garen, even though he was a bit chunked, he's very hard to dive with that 30% damage reduction on that W.
It's going to take you longer to kill him under turret than you think it will.
Exactly.
Also, sidebar to anybody that has followed, anybody that is new, anybody that is just here cheering for everybody, welcome in. I apologize if I miss you. Oh, Milk misses the ult, but he still almost destroys Shark.
Yeah, you can see how, like, creative a matchup this is for Yone. He has kind of 2 ways to negate that cage, and Saber just gonna get ulted here. And
I don't think he should have flashed there.
Yeah.
There's a point where you're too far away from your turret, and you have 2 little health left. It's not worth it. Milk is playing dangerous games.
And just trying to delay that recall of Sharks so he misses as much as possible.
Something fell down in my kitchen, but Flinrose is there, so I assume it's okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Looking at this game right now, the top lane, we've got a 25 CS disparity, which we expected. Jungle's only off, it's off by less than 10. Maokai's doing his best. Mid lane, I expected that CS gap. Bot is closer than I thought it might be, but I think that's that long range AP early game.
And red team's securing the grubs for. I mean, Camille Yone and the solo lanes is so scary for split pushing. So
Oh,
I think prioritizing grubs is
can't.
the correct move here.
Yeah, they can't really contest that. I think they did the best they could by contesting the first one earlier and just making sure they didn't get all 6, but 5 is still kind of sucks to leave them with. Like, this is a rough matchup for Saber. And like I saw somebody in the chat say that that how Saber's playing is, as a Garen player also, is frustrating to them, but the fact of the matter is like this is a rough matchup for him, and he doing the best he can.
Yeah, he's just trying to survive the lane. And like Garen does scale incredibly well into the late game, so he can still be useful to the team. But yeah,
But this is also, watching this too, this is also what I was talking about earlier when we were just talking about the player matchups without seeing the draft yet. You have options when you play with a player like Heartpulse. Heartpulse is the best player in this tournament. And the thing is that being the best player in this tournament, he's going to naturally, there's a mind game there just from that. And if you can overcome that, which is fine, then you also have to recognize the fact it's not just a mental game, it's just, is he better than you?
Very true. The mental game is very real. That's why some players turning off the name tags is a valid strat.
I tell people, I laugh when people go, oh man, like,
Nice
you know,
juke from Shark
I
there.
looked super nice jukes from Shark. Shark's sidestepping's gotten a lot better in the last 2 days, and I wish I could have been a fly on the wall. I want to know what Haru said to them, man.
True. Got him like the forbidden arts in that 2-hour coaching session.
Milk coming bot lane, but they've got a ward on him. They see him.
And this is very, very scary for Shonen Protect to walk into, like the poke from Seraphine and Vel'Koz.
They don't have
Really
vision.
pick them out.
Like, not really. They've got one ward in the Dragon Pit, and that's about it. Like, I think they just need to give this.
Yeah,
TP
looks
coming
like
in
they
for
wanna
Heart
fight.
Pulse in the bot lane. And Saber is not
Nice.
matching. Sanctra's just
Nice
gonna
secure
die
from
here.
Master Man, yeah. Synctra dies for attempting for the steal. Novel
Novi with
flashing.
flash, but it doesn't matter.
Camille still has the ulti. Nice ult from Master
Sejuani
Man,
ult.
and they're blowing everything for this.
And this is what I said
ruler.
about Satoru. Satoru is going to need to use that just to get away, but there's just too many of them. Good flash, good
Yeah.
try. But with 5 bot, there's not a lot they can do. So
Yeah, I
they're
really
just...
think they should have backed out immediately after they saw the TP. No,
They should have.
Wasn't gonna match up.
I think it's also the fact that they were split between top and bottom of Dragon Pit. I think either
Yeah.
all of Shonen Pro tags needed to be above Dragon Pit or below Dragon Pit, but the split was not it when they're already behind.
Yeah, you can see Shork was kind of going for a flank, while that may have been effective for a champ like Vex who can dive in, on Vigar you really want to be with your team kind of controlling the space
Controlling
for
the
them, making it
space
easier
for
to
them.
play.
Yep. I mean, in the interim, like, while they took Dragon, and then because of that dive, they also took bot lane. Saber took top in response, so they didn't get just completely shut out. Veigar did about half damage to the mid turret. Like, they're doing the best they can, despite the fact that Cosmic Eclipse has opened up like a 4.5k gold lead. Or just 4k.
Yeah.
It's just a 4k lead.
It's
Ballpark.
that's pretty significant for 15
Oh
minutes.
no,
but
at
we
15
know,
minutes, but it's not insurmountable.
Exactly, we know they're playing for their scaling ADC with the Enchanter, and Veigar also scales decently well, but
Eternally, in fact.
yeah, yeah. But it's definitely gonna be like a uphill battle.
But then
for
my
the
follow-up
Shonen
is
Protags.
so late game. Let's get to late game. Let's look at their builds late game. Like, if we can get Shork stacking and we can get him to that fucking asinine amount of AP, who does he push his ult on? Who does he go, I do not want this person in this fight anymore? Because no matter who he can get to with that, somebody else is going to exist that he doesn't want to.
Exactly, and it's like we talked about. Oh, Zaya is such a good pick into this heavy dive comp, but Shork is an immobile Vigar. Like, it's gonna be very hard for him to play these fights.
Well, and I think in terms of team comp went, they did a good job in taking the Vex away from him.
I agree with that. And then Nico. And
Sanctra
can
is
clear vision
alone.
here. Yeah.
Sanctra's alone, and it's really unfortunate because they were rotating up, but Cosmic Eclipse has just got the faster rotations right now. They're just ahead. And I think that Shonen Protect is really going to have to focus a lot more. Oh, there goes the ult out from Milk. Shark is just going to do his best to get away. Oh
And
my
Milk
god.
thinking the Q3 would be enough for the E damage, just barely survived with the skin of his teeth. And Novel just getting ulted from the Camille, what like...
I don't think the double ult there, I mean, if she dies, great, but I don't think the double ult there from Camille and Vel'Koz solely onto the Lulu was necessary.
It might not have been
Correct me
necessary,
if I'm
but
wrong.
it might not have been, but they're not going to be punished for it because they already are in control of the neutral objective topside, and there's nothing else coming up for them to
Which
use
is
it
true.
on, so...
Saber is going to take this tier 2 turret, but Heart is on the way.
Yeah, that's a lot of money for Saber to get him back into this game. 700
Yep.
gold, that's like 2.5 kills.
Yep. Masterman is rotating up to continue the chase on Saber. I think they're calling out for him to just go for it. Start stacking his passive. Saber's going to
Saber just runs away
spin
here,
to
just
win
scaring things.
and run
Yeah.
away.
And Milk making Shark's life as difficult as possible.
I agreed.
In the ball lane.
I would be very upset were I Shark playing into Milk in this moment. But Yone just pisses me off irrationally.
And you can see Shark's build. He has like a garage sale of items. He's kind of building like like 2 items at once here. And like 2 components is like not what you want to see.
Not
for separate
ideal,
items
but
ever,
unfortunately
so.
it looks like he had to adapt to what he was doing, and this was the adaptation in the middle of the
Yeah.
build. I kind of feel for the Shonen Pro tags right now, because it does feel bad to be behind and know, you know what, here's our win conditions, but can we make it to that?
Exactly.
They're just gonna force Saber off this turret in the top lane.
I think this is just like a very excellent draft from Cosmic Eclipse.
Oh, I
knew that
agree.
Drafting 2 mages bot lane kind of nullifies Satoru's ability to punish them because they can just perma shove waves.
Well, and I also like we were gently joking in the shit talking chat, as I'd like to call it, and I said what are you thinking when you sign up for a tournament as a one trick? Because I know for me, as a Zyra, virtually a Zyra one trick, if I sign up for a tournament, I'm never getting that champion. I wouldn't give me that champion, and there's no reasonable point where I thought any of my like higher like elo that are borderline one
TP
tricks.
coming in for both teams here, ready to fight this dragon. Ulti coming out from Milk. Nice 2-man ulti from Milk. The Sejuani ulti going wide.
And that's exactly what I was talking about them being able to layer their CC and not do them multiple times all at the same time. The 1, 2, 3 from the Seraphine ult, the Vel'Koz laser, and just everything hitting perfectly. Oh, you never should have backed there.
A greedy recall from
Satoru, you
Satoru.
never should have backed
And a
there.
smite fight here, and Sintra wins the
Sintra
smite
wins
fight
it!
from
He doesn't play with
Masterman.
his team, and he's probably going to die, but you know what? He took Dragon.
He saw that they were diving this Garen ball in, and he made a business decision and said, I'm gonna finish this dragon.
It's like, you know what?
rewarded for
I'm gonna
that.
take something out of this.
Yep.
They're going to lose tier 1 mid for it, but they potentially would have lost that anyway.
Yeah, and you can see from that team fight, Satoru was able to dodge a lot of the CC from Cosmic Eclipse, but it just doesn't matter because he's not far enough ahead to like just kill all of them after he dodges this
No,
CC.
he did
They
try
just
his
kinda-
heart out though. He did a lot of damage.
Yeah, they just kind of brute force ran at him, and it worked because of this. They're kind of just slamming them with their wallets right now.
Listen. Eventually though, if Shonen Pro tags can persevere, if they can just keep holding, like, you have to give ground, you have to figure out what you're willing to give, but it's doable. Saber's living a little dangerously here, I think, but ultimately he's okay. They're not gonna collapse on him.
This dragon steal from Synctro is actually very big because, like, I think it's fair to say they can't fight them 5v5 right now, so contesting any objectives for Shonen Pro tags will be very hard, so delaying the dragon soul by 5 minutes is like
Is
very
always important.
instrumental.
It's super important. And I mean, Rift Herald has already been set down now. Cosmic Eclipse does have 5 grabs, so if they let either Yone or Camille continue to get that split, they will take turrets significantly faster. But I'm kind of curious where they're gonna go, because it feels like the game is slowing down just a little bit. I would like to point out right now, this ward here. Please understand that pink wards, unless they're set perfectly, do not cover the whole pit anymore. Take
Oh,
your
I had no
time.
clue.
Take your time to set your wards just a little further away. It will continue to give you vision, and your opponent will think that you can't see what's going on. Like, they adjusted the dragon and the baron pits just a little bit with this last season, so that you need to be more aware of how your vision control is actually set down.
Yeah, the more you know. I'm a proud 18 vision score at end of game
Please stop talking to me.
player.
Please stop talking to
So,
me.
Yeah, I had no clue. And I just wanted to like bring light to this first item Zanya's from Shork. Like that feels so bad as Vygar.
Oh no,
to
it
have
feels
to do that.
horrific as Vygar, but he has to do it. He has no option right now but to play safe and to build something that is going to stop him from getting absolutely popped every time that Yone has a full combo.
And looks like Cosmic Eclipse is gonna set up vision for this Baron. And while they do have a double mage bot lane, like Vel'Koz does Baron pretty fast in the Yone DPS with Camille. Like they do have a pretty decent Baron timing, so or like I guess clear.
Yeah, no,
So they can
that's
definitely threaten
definitely
that.
true. Is the lack of game sound super, like, is it upsetting to a lot of people? Nobody said shit to me yesterday.
I mean, I haven't played with sound in like 6 years.
I don't
so
play with
I haven't
sound
done
either.
this.
Oh, I have very, very light sound, so I don't really care about it.
Oh my god. I think a little bit of a
It was a
panic
choice.
flash from Novell there.
Yeah, which is understandable, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I guess the heart pulse aura there.
Oh,
things.
Lenrocco
Oh,
just
and,
DC'd. Lenrocco's back. Okay, we're good.
Okay, the fastest pause of all time there. And Shork just getting ulted by the Yone.
It's not gonna
popping the
matter.
Hourglass, but
What?
it's not gonna matter. He's
And
no
my
flashing.
game just
Uh-oh.
froze, which we had happen yesterday as well. We'll give it
I
a
think
moment.
that might be from the pause, but yeah,
I
my
don't
game
know that
frozen
that
as
is
well.
from the pause. Last game, at 4 minutes, we had it do this, and we actually had to completely load back into the game. Oh, Confuzzy's icon's too big. I didn't know. Oh, game's back.
Oh my god, my little cat is big as fuck.
Yeah, I didn't
Nice.
realize it was that big. So somebody, like, I also...
Yeah, you can see Milk securing the solo kill there. Saber trying to get some damage on Masterman, but he's so far behind that, like you said, Johnny just face tanks that. This says thank you very much. That tickled a bit.
I think that this is just going to be them rotating for Baron. Thank you, Sean.
Yeah, especially with the 4v5 and Yone can still threaten with a TP. They're gonna have to send someone to respond to the split push, and that's just gonna be a free Baron. Looks like Shonen Protags might want to respond by trying to kill Milk here,
Milk's running.
but Yone has so much mobility. Saber running in with a stride breaker. Let's see if he can do something here. I think, yeah, he's gonna press the outplay button. Oh my god, super well played to Saber. Very mechanical
I'd like to
outplay
point
there.
out that Heart Pulse is the one that killed that, and yes, they could see the enemy team. They could see at least 3 or 4 of them. But when in doubt, smite for the kill. Don't just smite to smite.
Yeah.
Like you losing Dragon or Baron to something errant that there was no reason for you to lose it to feels horrific. Don't do it.
Very, very true. And we can see Shonen Protags has first move into this Dragon Pit, but we'll see how much that actually matters with the poke from Milkaz Seraphine. They're gonna start it. Maybe they can just rush it down, but it is a 4v5 for the moment. And I think Mastermind just has to go for the steal here. Nice cage there. Nice secure from Synctra. They're gonna want to fight this. Nice ulti from Pokemon catching 2 here. And it looks like Shonen Protag just has to run for the hills. Mastermind flashing over the wall, trying to get Saber. Saber's living at
They
1
were
HP.
running for the hills. I'm trying to see if I can add.
Harpulse baiting out the Vygar cage. Very nice E there. They're gonna go for a slow chase here. And they're just cordoned off from the flank from Masterman. That's gonna be 2 dead at least. Let's see if they're gonna go for more here. And that's just gonna be a 3-for-0 in response for the Dragon.
Is
Yeah,
Aurora, how is the leak sound? Is it loud? Is it quiet? Because it's pretty fucking quiet for me already, so. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. The music is loud AF.
a little bit of technical difficulties.
It's not technical difficulties. It's literally a, you know, we're not professional, and I'll just do the best I can.
Very, very true. And honestly, well played to Shonen Protags, recognizing that they had the damage to rush down that dragon. They're actually the ones off soul point now, even though...
Which is super interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think it's incredibly interesting, despite how far ahead they are, that they've lost 3 dragons.
And yeah, let's see what they can get off of Despair. And they kind of used basically half of it to kind of contest for that
Contest the dragon that they didn't get.
Yeah, and while they did get 3 kills, they're not going to be able to secure many of these outer towers that they might like to. Harpul's going in for a little bit of pokes, like saying hello. Gonna ult Saber here, actually. 2 ults committed for Saber.
Synctra counters, but
nice
Milk is dead.
Pokemon. Hitting Satoru, even though he had the Zaya ult up. And Shark trying
Shark
to blow
is
up
on the
Pokemon,
backside.
but
Shark is...
because of how far behind he is, not going to be able to one-shot.
Going to
get the return
die.
kill there. But that is going to be a 2-for-1 for Shonen Protags.
Actually,
Cosmic
really
Eclipse.
really good. I think Cosmic Eclipse thought that they could just wipe them out there in that narrow sort of corridor with the multiple, like, range, like, lengthwise AoE that they have. And when they didn't actually blow Saber up like they hoped they would, it kind of didn't go the way that they thought. And I think Shonen Protags can turn that into something.
Yeah, they overcommitted a lot for Saber because I didn't think they expected all 5 members of Shonen Protags to be top there. They didn't really have great vision elsewhere. So, well played to Shonen Protags capitalizing on that.
Like to
they
quote,
do get a couple kills,
I'd like to quote Thaddeus in the chat. Assassin Vagar coming in hot for Seriana Grande's autograph.
It's very true, just doing Vagar things. They have 2 outplay buttons on the Shonen Protags. They're gonna
You gotta use them. You gotta
that.
use them because you gotta outplay.
Mm-hmm.
Sanctor is unfortunately on award, so they know exactly where he is right now.
Yeah. And while they did get like a favorable trade there was no neutral objectives always pushed in for them, so I think Shonen Protag is still like super far behind, as reflected by the kills and gold score.
I think that they are hunting Shark here, and I think Shark needs to be really careful!
You never want to face check Camille just ulting over the Vagar cage. Getting blasted by
He's not going to be able to do anything here.
Back rub there, and just going down. Very unfortunate.
The unfortunate thing is when he walked around the corner in the Fog of War, and he saw Camille there, I think if he would have immediately stepped back, I think he would have been potentially able to meet up with the other 2 in his red side jungle, but there was a hesitation where he went, oh fuck, and that cost him his life. Yeah,
and you can, like, this is like, I guess, concept about pathing safely. Like, you can see the wave was all the way up there, and he wanted to go collect it.
He needed to come back around the other direction.
Exactly.
Good ult at a Novi just to make sure that Saber stays safe and healthy.
And that is so much damage coming out from this thread and Camille. Like,
this Camille is terrifying, and this Camille has not died.
Yeah. He's Heartpulse playing out of his mind
Heartpulse
right
doing
now.
Heartpulse things.
Exactly. 2 levels up, level 17 highest in the game. Gonna be pressuring for this bot tier 2 here. They really want this standing gold on Shonen Protag's side.
Like, no disrespect to anybody else in this tournament, because obviously I know we have a lot of solid players, but if I were playing against Cosmic Eclipse, all 5 of my bans are for Heartpulse.
Yeah, I'm throwing 5 bans.
I'm throwing 5 bans at that man. I do
not
not give a shit.